What? Pepper is reacting to a fighting game video by Maximilian Dude. I watched a lot of his videos. Now, I was recommended this particular video because of how it can be implemented into Yu-Gi-Oh! So I don't know the context. So, let's just watch. Let's just watch. DotoDoya is right about fighting games. I know some people say that Yu-Gi-Oh! Is like a... feels like a fighting game sometimes.
Casuals don't like tag games. It's not true. Casuals don't like tag games until a tag game gives them what they want. That's all fighting games are. Just say you don't like it. Let's not bundle everybody else. Let's be honest. You might not like it, which is fine. Lumping together...
I mean, you can apply that to everything, basically, right? You can apply this to everything. I like how people like says like nobody cares. I care, dude. What? That's so like projecting yourself into assuming that everyone thinks exactly like you. What the hell? Is no, hold on.
Like a huge portion of the audience will never buy this because it's a tag game specifically is just untrue. Fighting games have never become popular or sold specifically on mechanics. When I hear like the narrative that like tag games can never become popular because they're too complicated, they're asking you to play 3 characters, all that kind of shit. But if the game has characters that people love and it looks great and they're doing really cool shit together, people won't give a shit. There's a reason why like the MVC series back when it was at its like heyday became like really popular.
What? Fighting game players are saying that people won't play like a tag team thing because it's complicated? Aren't fighting games like complicated? Isn't that like kind of the point that it requires a lot of training? Now you have to like train like for 3 different characters and they have different interactions between them. Isn't that what's fun? The context is talking about the Invincible fighting game being casual, but people were refusing to learn how to play. Bruh. People were complaining about not wanting to learn or retain the information told them in the tutorial and going to the menu to remember what button is what. But those are not real fighting game players, right? Because real fighting game players already know this stuff. Like, I respect a lot the fighting game community, and I feel like real like competitive players don't do that, right? If they never watched Jump Force, that is not a real game. People into a thing are confused what casuals or newbies will like for a thing as a norm. They say they don't want to use the combo list in training. But also this is for casuals as well, saying it. Hold on.
Because it just had everything. It had all these characters, all this lovely stuff, all this insane shit that people just love. So they just got into it. Dragon Ball FighterZ was like a proof of concept of that like, hey, if you just give people the game that they've always wanted, which is like a Capcom style Dragon Ball 2D game that isn't an arena fighter, and just have people go crazy with a ton of characters, even if you have to play 3 characters, people will buy the shit out of it. This came from a tweet that stemmed from DotoDoya. Generational talent. Dude gets it. Also like got into
I don't know DotoDoya.
Dragon Ball FighterZ. He had a great tweet that I retweeted. A reminder that fighting games will never naturally be casually friendly. Change a million things about the game, some better, some worse. Take out mechanics, lower the moveset, make things easier, make things harder. The only sure way to make a fighting game grow with casuals is to...
I agree with this. I feel like fighting games just like... There are games that are just not made for casual players. Like, you know, I don't know. Like, I don't know. I feel like people will always complain like, oh yeah, this guy like defeated me. Like this, but he's just playing better, right? And everyone hates losing, right? So unless you like put in the effort, like you're not gonna win. I don't know. I just love Mortal Kombat. I support you.
The moveset, make things easier, make things harder. The only sure way to make a fighting game grow with casuals is to make it so cool that they want to push through the pain.
No, that's not happening. That's not happening. Dragon Ball FighterZ succeeded because it's Dragon Ball, not because of the fighting games. True. Oh, it's a fighting game and Yu-Gi-Oh lover. I remember seeing the logo. Now that I think about it, I don't remember the name, but I saw the logo and I was like, wait, I think I've seen that person before. In short, players want to be lazy and still win. True. Floodgates players. He plays with the guy from Team Samurai a lot in their Kaiba versus Yugi matches. I haven't watched those, I think.
telling you, chat, how many people do you think played Smash Brothers Ultimate online? Probably a lot. In fact, they invested probably a lot of their time and life into getting good at online Smash, right?
Okay, but Smash is different from regular fighting games, though.
Online Smash Brothers Ultimate is trash. Like,
yeah.
It's caked in 9 frames of input delay plus. People dealt with it. Literally YouTube careers out of going online in the shit-ass online that is Smash Brothers.
Just say Alfred.
Why? Because they love the game. Tekken 7 was also one of the most well-received Tekken games until the very end of it was absolute garbage online. People got what they wanted at a Tekken 7. They got Akuma and all these Tekken characters, and they got Geese, and they got Negan and all this shit. I still don't understand that people were able to stomach the online of the game because it was awful. It was
For Tekken, right? But those are not like real fighting games, right? I might be like out of line here because I actually don't know that much about fighting games. Like I said, I respect them a lot, but I'm just like I'm not worthy. I'm not worthy. Yeah, I don't know. Tekken 7 has horrible netcode. It is, but for most people, that's the same thing. They just like it because it's Smash, not a fighting game or good netcode. But it's fun. Smash is fun. It's a fun game. It's like inherently different from regular fighting games. It's a competitive game, and you just want to play it. However, like the only way is to play like online because you know you cannot just bring people to your home to play or go outside. What the hell? I'm not doing that. I miss the times when I play Smash with my friends, like every weekend, like after work, we got together at my house. I bought a huge TV just to play with them. The TV was like all like I only use the TV to play Smash with my friends. I never watched TV. I had a PC, right? I do things on my PC. I don't watch TV, but I had a huge TV just to play Smash with my friends. Then like because of COVID, we stopped doing that, and then we never got back into it. Sadly, SMH. CRT for Smash Bros. Oh yeah, I also had a CRT for Melee, but no, I'm talking about Ultimate when it came out, and we unlocked every character in one night. It was very fun. Those were so many fun memories with Smash. Yes,
it was legit terrible. It's better if we have everything. It's better if we have good online, great characters, all that kind of shit, right? But those are literal examples of like, this is bad. Like the online for this is bad. People are going ham on this shit. They don't care. They love this shit so much that they're willing to put up with this garbage ass online. People are willing to put up with bullshit of funky mechanics, of even less content sometime in games, of all this crap. People will justify it if it has the characters you love doing cool shit. Doesn't
yeah, you're right. I was wrong. I'm sorry. This makes sense, actually.
matter, dude. Any game. If the game is like generationally, damn, I'm having a great time playing this, it doesn't matter. People will figure it out. Exactly what Doto's getting at here. We've had so many games that really try to completely reevaluate the way the entire thing works. There have been some examples where this works. Like Guilty Gear Strive is a wonderful example of this. Like Guilty Gear found a completely new audience through Guilty Gear Strive that is almost, I would say, like 90 to 95% different than the people that enjoyed the franchise before, because they made like a different game. But I just do not agree on any game's specific mechanics being the thing that brings you in. Mechanics and gameplay will keep people around.
Okay, hold on. I think of an example right now that is the Persona 4 fighting game. Persona 4, what's it called? Arena Ultimax or something? I feel like a lot of people play that game without knowing anything about Persona, and actually some people got into Persona because the gameplay was fun. I could be wrong, but that's what I've heard before. I could be completely wrong, I could be completely off, but I'm pretty sure I've heard before that a lot of people like the gameplay of Persona, that they played and they had no idea who the characters were. They just liked the game, and I don't know. A lot of fighting game people got into Persona through it. Yeah, exactly, that's what I heard. I don't know how true it is, I don't have numbers, but that's what I heard.
honestly is one of the biggest criticisms of 2XKO, a game that is like super mechanically dense, and people are like, oh, it's the mechanics that people aren't getting into. Bitch, the game had no characters. There's not enough roster for people to give a shit about.
You don't like the characters from Arcane? You don't like the Arcane characters? They're so cool. They put the character from Arcane into a game. Why don't you play game? It has the characters from Arcane. That's 2XKO, right? Am I confusing with something else? Persona 5 was my first Persona anime. Wow. I don't know. Why isn't fucking LOL of all games have a bunch of fucking characters on it? Because I don't know. I haven't tried it. Timo was a fucking DLC? Yo. Dang.
So I had like a response to this, and it just lines up with the stuff that I've been saying for quite a long time. If you simplify a game, you're making it a little bit easier for new players. But at the same point, you're making it astronomically easier for anybody else that is a veteran. What's the whole point of making fighting games more accessible, specifically through gameplay mechanics? The idea is to even out the playing field of the player base so that the existing players or the people that have been doing this shit for a while don't have the massive leg up over brand new players. And maybe, you know, we can even that player pool out now. It's a fallacy, dude. It's an insolvable problem to be like, okay, so we want to try to get new players away from existing players that are going to be naturally good at this. We're going to do that through gameplay specifically, bringing things down or homogenizing the roster and all that kind of stuff, like all the typical things we've seen over the past like 10, 15 years. It's a fallacy. It's an unsolvable problem.
Yeah.
The only way we can do it is through like matchmaking and shit like that. There's some ways you can tackle that. You're just making it way easier for high level players to effectively reach what is a meta, to effectively get to a point where they are like, oh, so this is how the game is played. You just never get to play again. Because that's the goal of fighting game players, is to remove every single option they possibly can from you. Again, we just make games that have really cool things, really fun stuff to do that's really sick. You see great characters doing really neat things together, and then anybody at any level will justify playing it, even if it has bad online and shit. If you made a new Mortal Kombat right now, and that shit had like all the characters you love and looked fucking amazing and didn't have cameos and closer to MKX2, but it had shit ass online, people would play it still. If people,
you know what we can do, chat? Maybe they should make a video game that is like a fighting game that has characters from different video games, from different video game franchises, right? Maybe a game that has like all the characters that you love from your childhood, from different games. I know it has to probably be from one big company that has like really cool IPs, and then they could invite like characters from other games, right? Like from other platforms, right? Maybe some characters that are usually known for like being on the PlayStation, right? Or on Xbox, or from PC, right? Can you imagine if they put like Minecraft Steve in a fighting game? That would be so awesome, right? Yeah, that would be so cool. What are you saying? Why are you saying Capcom and Jump Force? I'm clearly talking about Smash. I'm clearly making a joke about Smash. What do you mean, Capcom? What do you mean, Jump Force? That would be the ultimate idea. Thank you, Pyronoa. Thank you. Well, hold on. Let me. Oh my god, dude. Hold on. I have like the perfect image for this. I have it here somewhere. Hold on. Oh my god. Where did I put it? Where did I put it? Oh my god, hold on. Why am I taking so long finding this? Okay. What is this? An IQ too high? Thank you, I don't know. Jump Force. There is a level of ass that the game can be, right? Like, you can say shit and talk shit about Smash Bros. and be like, yeah, that's not a real fighting game. But at least it's not like Jump Force, which is actually like bad, right? I don't know. What am I even saying? What are we watching? Okay. Remember all the games that tried to be Smash and died very fast, like Multiversus and that one from Nickelodeon? Yeah. Because Smash is not popular exactly because of the gameplay, but because of the characters. Such a unique game. And you will have to get like characters that work like in Smash and make sense. Like with shorts? Sure. Jump Force, I see Kaiba fighting with blue eyes. Yeah, I've seen it. Oh, they also have card game, fighting game called Toho, Tenpa, and Omishua. I think how you spell it? I don't know anything about that. Jump Force was bad, Smash Bros is good. The Nick one is still alive and the Warner Bros one get fucked over because they made it pay to win. Cringe. DJ Fight was something like that, but with real rap people? The hell? PlayStation All Stars, I remember that game. Yeah, they weren't even trying to hide it.
I wouldn't care if it didn't have good netcode. Like, if it had all these fucking amazing characters doing all this really cool shit together, people would play it. And had all this content and stuff you could unlock for them and Barbie doll shit, it wouldn't matter. People will justify if they like something, if something is that cool, people will justify a reason to love it and to keep playing it and to play more of it. In the case of Invincible Versus, like, just as comparison here, yeah, there's a lot of really fun shit at low level that lets you just smash buttons and get cool things. I think a lot of fighting games should be designed that way. But at the same point, I found a lot of like interesting nuance to the top level where like, oh, people don't know how to actually play this. Like, we're still figuring it out. People literally will come in and tell you like games like Invincible Versus are about ABC Launcher, ABC Super, and it's like there's no other things you can do. And it's like, yeah, at the beginning of the game, that makes sense that you would think that way. That absolutely makes sense that you would be like, oh, there's actually not much I can do here, until you start playing a little bit more and you watch other people playing it. Like, that's...
I love that part of the game where there's a new game and people are trying to figure it out. I love that. And they are just like trying to understand how the game works. I feel like that's a fun part. I wish like I'm not experienced enough like at games in order to be part of that, but I like to see it, like people talk about it and seeing like videos about it and on Twitter that, yeah. Now, Pepper, give me a Transformer fighting game and you will never hear from me again because I've been locked in that game. I love Transformers. Yeah, I think there's a lot of people that could get into it and it has a huge community. Yeah. But I feel like Transformers right now is not as popular. But there has to be a huge community, I'm sure. People made a fighting game tournaments out of Shrek Super Slam, but that's like a... That's like for the memes, right? Like how people made tournaments for... Like the My Little Pony fighting game, I think. That's not serious, right? I know it was meant to be serious, I think. I don't know.
That's the whole point, is that you have to evolve into this cool shit. There's a reason for you to play it and get better, you know? You're not immediately doing all the cool shit within the first like hour or so. I think a lot of people found some really fun, crazy shit in Invincible, even though it's not like the most AAA game of all time ever. It caused a lot of conversations.
I'm not saying that Transformers aren't popular. I didn't say that. I said that Transformers are not that popular right now. What I'm saying is that we're in a low point in the Transformers franchise, right? Like some other franchises are in a high point. Like, for example, Resident Evil, right? Like Resident Evil was like, people are talking about it because there is a new game. There is something to talk about, right? And that is in a high point. But well, maybe not that much like right now, but like recently, right? But we haven't gotten like a Transformer thing recently, as far as I know. I haven't heard anyone ever talking about Transformers right now. When the movies were coming out, yeah, dude, hell yeah, Transformers. But it's been a while. The same way that, for example, the MCU is in a low point, well, was in a low point like a few years ago. Before that, they reached the peak that was, what's it called? Infinity War and Endgame. That was the peak of the MCU. Then they kind of like went like downhill, and then we're getting there. We're getting there. into Doomsday, right? When Doomsday comes out, it's gonna be like everyone is gonna be talking about it. You will see. There was supposed to be a new game, yeah, but there is not. That's what I'm saying. There is not. There is not anything Transformers right now. Peppermint Transformers is low on the tier list. Yes. The same way that Sonic was like dead for years, for decades, right? Sonic peaked in the not in the 90s, in the early 20s, 90s maybe, and then like only like super like a super like niche thing. But then the movies came out, and oh my god, everyone is a Sonic fan. Yeah, everyone is a Sonic fan. And when the third movie came out, ooh, dude, ooh boy, yeah, that's what I'm saying. So I'm not saying that Transformers doesn't have fans. I'm just saying that Transformers right now is not, the Transformers franchise right now is not that popular at the moment. Resident Evil was in the rough place before Resident Evil 7. 100% right, Simon, 100% right. And the remakes also helped a lot. The remakes help a lot. I wasn't as big as with the Michael Bay movies. Yeah, well, I don't know enough about Transformers to give a super informed opinion on what's the problem with Transformers right now. But what I can see is that people are not talking about it. So I can see that it's not popular right now. That's all I'm saying. I'm sure it has a huge community that are waiting for something to happen. Until Michael Bay make the new movie that is rumored. Sure, it's rumored, right? Anyways, let's finish this video.
That you're never going to get around people losing. People that are new to a game will lose. The only thing you can do is just make a game that's fun, that has cool characters, that even if you're losing, you'll still have some resemblance of fun. And people will stick around because they enjoy playing those characters so much. Do we realize how old fighting games work?
Cool video. I'm gonna like it. I hope I don't get like fighting game. I don't know why we reacted to this and we go into a huge tangent about this video. Awesome. I care about fighting games. This is not a fighting game channels. I want to watch like videos. I watch a lot of videos about the fighting game like stories of like players, right? How the rise and fall, right? The stories of the Evo moment something. I don't remember what name, right? 27, I think? I don't remember. Make the crossover support for Vanquish Soul. That's never happening. It was to draw parallels to Yu-Gi-Oh! So, okay, how do we talk about Yu-Gi-Oh! With this? Like, what do... Can you help me here? Maybe I got too into the actual fighting game to think about Yu-Gi-Oh! So, let's try to think about right now, what are the parallels with Yu-Gi-Oh! That people will play an archetype that is bad just because it's something that people like? Like, are people playing Blue Eyes and trying to make it work just because it's Blue Eyes? Blue Eyes is good. Now, the new Blue Eyes support, will it get new players? The new, like, things like that? Players talking about entry-level mechanics as barrier to entry? Oh! Yeah, that's not happening. The game is just too complicated, and even if you try to learn, they made like a really easy. Well, it exists actually. It's called Dracotail, right? Dracotail is an easy to understand archetype for new players, right? The issue is that you also need to know what your opponent is playing in order to play the game properly, right? People complain that games is too complicated, as if people will actually come into play because of that. So, do we put what into Yu-Gi-Oh? Do we make it like Magic? And like make a deck of like the Ninja Turtles? Do we make a Avatar? Do we get My Little Pony into Yu-Gi-Oh? Is that what we have to do in order to get new players? Same as the endpoint being, if the game is cool and you enjoy it, you will push through the learning pains. So how do we make it cool? How do we make Yu-Gi-Oh! Cool in order to attract new players? What do we add? Because I feel like the Magic way It's not the way, from what I've heard from Magic players. Honestly, people are coming in just to build up the new rarities and having boomer cards be good. So true. I think they are doing that now with cards in Chaos Origin. Yeah. Classic mode? What does that mean? What does classic mode mean in this context? Like, GOAT format? Is that classic mode? They are bringing back Black Luster Soldier as a new archetype and the Toon support. Yeah, Toon support. Looks funny. Legit, that's all they need to add. Add Dark Magician and Blue Eye support. And all the new support from all the old series letting you turbocharge. Yeah. I mean, that's what they're doing. We're gonna see if that actually works, right? We're gonna see if that actually works. It could work. I'm still copying for Red Eye support. It will happen. I'm sure it will happen. Let's just sit there and wait. It will happen. All old monsters are unaffected by card effects. What the hell? Can you imagine if they made like a new rule? Master Rule 6. Every vanilla monster is unaffected by card effects. Do you think people will play that? Or not card effects, but every vanilla monster is unaffected by monster effects. Lol, vanillas are towers? Yeah, exactly. Can you imagine how that would change the game? Eternal Soul and True Lighting already protect your vanillas? Yeah, but like, that's the whole thing. Pendulum, normal rip. They already have that? No, as a rule, not as support for some cards. It will give a reason to play vanillas beyond just Primite? Yeah, exactly. That's the issue, that there is support for vanillas already, like Primite, right? So that will make those archetypes way better. They will have to, you know, balance them. Hello, Hector. Welcome, welcome. Remember, that's just Tenji field spell. Listen to me. I'm saying as a rule for all the cards, independing on the spell cards or other effects. I'm talking about changing the rules of the game. Listen, please. My God, I'm sorry, Chad. You know I like you, right? That's why I bully you, because I like you, right? I'm just shy. I'm just tsundere. Yeah. Elemental Hero. What about that? What about Elemental Hero? Also, Tenji says non-effect cards that includes normal monsters, but stuff like Link and such aren't normal monsters. They are non-effect monsters. Ah, there's a difference between non-effects and normal monsters. Wait, what is the new master rule that turns normal monsters into towers? Yeah, that's what I said, right? That's what I said. So then test that rule, master duel. People will abuse this. Yeah, obviously. It's just we're just talking about a hypothetical scenario, right? It's obviously will break the game. Yes, I have no idea what they said there. Yeah. Apply your own Master 6 rule. Oh yeah, in order to test it. Yeah, let me just... What? What do I do? Do I test it with, do I, like in the TCG with like friends? I'm sorry, I have bad news for you. Or do I just mod a game? Oh no, yeah, I know what you're saying. Just use a manual, like TCG thingy for this. I don't know, dude. What if Master Duel 6 rules in Master Duel and tested in rooms? Yeah. I don't want to though. My uncle works at Konami. Yeah. What are we doing, chat? What are we doing?